on the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Rebels offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Rebels really need to keep this. Live on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. Throws to the wideout. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. So UTEP's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Dropping back, it's Lattimore. The short hands, it's Bolden. Still running at the 40. Big play for this offense as they get into the 32. The Miners come to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He breaks a tackle. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here's the handoff. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Miners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires on the move. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Looking downfield on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Beats him in mid. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. The go-ahead touchdown called back after the flag, and this offense going to have to regroup quickly. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield is Hill. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Stopped in the backfield, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Finding open areas. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. The Miners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air. It's Lattimore. Flips it out in the flat. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up with the 28.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football.
And they get him down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. And the Miners will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. Stealing a score on special teams. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did its job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offensive perspective.
And he broke it. Quarterback goes down to the 17.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Complete out of the backfield. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. The Miners will punt this one away. He might just try to keep it away from this guy after a house call came after the first punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Makes a man miss. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Took a shot as he threw. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On 4th down, looking to pass. Hauls it in, the first down and more.
It's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Line is set on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And into the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Vegas.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's hit 000 in a captivating game today in the American. Charlotte came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in the Queen City had to sweat things out for much of the day. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Lattimore. Grabs it in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the run. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game. But finally now, we see them generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30 will be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. To the ground with the back. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Here comes the Heat. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. The ball is going to be down at the 35.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Lattimore. Bought a little time, lets it go. Snagged out of the air. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Incomplete. Yeah, to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense with the heat on. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Now the play fake. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Miners send out the punt unit. Hauls it in at the 25. Gilby got it out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Complete. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. The Rebels moving quickly to the line. give to the lone running back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Still up by 8 after the miss. One more snap coming before halftime.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal, miss, make, rate, and listen.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. Bringing it back. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking for space. It's in goal. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Looking downfield. It's Lattimore. Rushes on him. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It will be fourth down. The Miners will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they hit it, the long missed field goal ended the drive. The idea get a little deeper in plus territory this time around. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Rebels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Touchdown, UNLV. Fit it in the window for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. What a grab and what a quick strike from that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisiana is down, but they are not out of it. Not there at Cajun Field, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Georgia State. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up. But somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. On the run, it's Green. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the ground game. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Bully ball on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Lattimore. Snagged in the middle, it's Bolden.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Off the play fake. Finds a tight end. So he gets a foot down, but he really didn't get a foot forward. No gain on the play.
He could have just quarterback sneaked it and got more yards than that. We need more from this passing.
He'll pull it on the read. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And the Miners will punt it away on 4th down. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. He'll start this drive firing. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle?
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work.
so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got his man downfield. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Dropping back, it's Lattimore. Hauls it in. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Miners have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Finds his man. It's Bolden. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Miners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Just keep slinging it. Just a little off. Incomplete. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Ferguson. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. The Miners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Shakes off the defender. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. Because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
He'll do it himself. Got a little space. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long, but in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
Across the 45. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. Got it out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Snap's going to come from the 23 on first and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which...
There he goes! Oh, he got loose! Touchdown, Rebels! And the punishment has been extended. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, Dick.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On target over the middle. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win with.
Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Lattimore. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bowles. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Miners want to move quickly.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Here's the pressure. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They just keep firing. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Connection to the right. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard to see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Got a man. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. The Miners didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, UTEP. Smart move to keep it on the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The defense uses their second time out of the half as they try to get their act together. From from the gun. The running back looking for room. Got enough for the first down. Racing down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Rebels! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about.
And the returner will be brought down. To the air, it's Lattimore. Got his man in the middle. It's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. To the air on 2nd down. Quarterback just fled, missed it, incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big lead in the game. They're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Throws to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll go to the ground. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it into 16. The Rebels in the hurry-up. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Beretta. And he'll haul it over and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And the extra point is good. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. One more play to pad the stats. To throw, it's Lattimore. He's run out of bounds, and